If you're feeling overwhelmed by the vast amount of admin you have in your practice and you are struggling to see more clients, you are not alone. But in today's video, I am going to talk about how hiring a virtual assistant can help you free up time and can actually increase client bookings. Hiring a VA isn't just about reducing the amount of admin that you are doing. They can also actively help you see more clients by improving response times, streamlining processes, and keeping your practice running smoothly. And in this video, I'm going to break down how. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Kim. I help therapists in private practice with their business systems and processes, getting them confident with admin and reducing tech overwhelm. So let's talk about some of the core issues of why therapists may struggle to see more clients. So the first issue is because when you take on another client, it's not just that 1 hour a week you are going to have to spend on them. You are going to have to spend time onboarding them, and you're going to have to spend additional admin time on invoicing, chasing payments, things like that. So each time you take on another client, you're probably taking on another at least hour's work of admin as well. So many times therapists will look at their diary and see that they don't have space to take on more clients because they are doing so much admin on the back end, running their private practice and seeing clients. Some of the time drains that you may find in running your private practice is inbox management, dealing with invoicing, chasing payments, scheduling, rescheduling, cancelled appointments, onboarding new clients, dealing with inquiries, having intro or screening calls with those new inquiries, managing paperwork, bookkeeping, and the list goes on and on. Basically, it's when you're manually doing repeatable tasks in your business that could be streamlined or automated if you knew the systems to put in place, or you had another person that could do them for you if they can't be automated or streamlined, because there are things in your practice that don't have to be done by you. And I can testify to this because me and my team who work for therapists in private practice on a day-to-day basis, we run the private practice from an admin point of view, and you as a therapist don't have to do it all. Another issue is that lots of therapists miss out on inquiries because they take too long to respond or don't have systems in place for that person to book in with you automatically, and then the patient will go elsewhere. So let's talk about how a virtual assistant or a VA can directly help you increase clients. So the first way is faster response time equals more clients. When you are working in private practice, many therapists tell me that they are either looking at their inbox really early in the morning or late at night or on the weekends. So you have the potential to miss out on new inquiry emails if you are not checking the inbox throughout the day, but also, and equally, you don't want to be checking the inbox all the time because that can take you right out of your mode of therapy. So if you are seeing client after client after client, you need to be in the headspace of therapist and not business owner or admin person. So I wouldn't say like check your inbox more, because actually that is not ideal for you as a therapist and giving the best service to your clients in the therapy room. But equally, you do need to be quick when it comes to replying to inquiries, because many times when people are looking for a therapist, they won't just reach out to one person. They will reach out to multiple people, and it's usually the first person that replies to them is the person that they will see. So you really want to be able to reply to inquiries quicker, or you want to have an automated scheduling system where a client can book an intro call with you right away. And if you are actively looking for new clients, I would highly suggest having one of those. And if you don't know how to set up one of those systems, a VA can also help you do that as well. So they're not just there to take over exactly what you were doing, they will find quicker, smarter, more automated and more streamlined ways of doing it, because that is what they specialize in. The next way a VA can help you increase your clients is actually at the onboarding stage. A lot of clients will drop off before their first session for many reasons, and I do have videos all about the onboarding process and how important that is. I have a whole workshop dedicated to how important the onboarding process is and how you can make clients feel comfortable to come to their first session. And having a VA can really help with this, because they can create systems in place like a welcome email, sending paperwork out in a way that can easily be read and completed by the client, giving information before their first session that they would need both in terms of practicality and also just to ease their mind in terms of, okay, I know how I need to pay, I know where I need to go, I know the link for my session, things like that. That can really help make sure that the client turns up to their first session, because when you get them to their first session, the likelihood of them continuing with you is much higher. If your onboarding process is clunky or confusing, or you're giving different information to different people because you don't have a system in place, that can really reduce the amount of clients that are actually going to turn up. You want to make sure that the client feels supported and reassured right from the very beginning, and a VA can help you do this. Okay, the next area is around scheduling and managing payments. Now, we know from working with therapists in private practice that this can be the main source of admin stress, because clients want to cancel or reschedule, and that can take time to plan. And also sending invoicing or chasing payment, checking your bank to make sure that you've been paid and things like that, that can really take up a lot of time. And it can also cause you problems as a therapist in terms of building resentment for your clients, and also just you being stressed out and then taking that into the therapy room. Your virtual assistant can set up an invoicing process, check your bank for you to make sure you've been paid, and create an invoicing log so that they can check who hasn't paid. They can set up scheduling systems, or they can just take the scheduling and rescheduling process off your hands. They can also set up email reminders so that your clients are more likely to turn up to their session. They can also take care of chasing for the overdue payments as well, and that can really help your therapeutic relationship with your client. I started working for my very first client, and I'd been working for her for a while. And she rang me up and told me a story that her client had come into the therapy room really upset, and she was upset with me because I had chased her for a payment which was 10 days overdue. So, it wasn't like I was chasing her the next day, and I was very polite. There was no problem with the email, but she was upset with me for chasing payment when she'd paid every single month before then. It was a very polite reminder, but she didn't like being reminded. But the thing is, she was upset with me, not the therapist. And they had a great therapy session and everything was okay once, my client spoke to her about it and just explained about, the rules about payment and things like that. But the fact is that that client was actually upset with me for chasing her and not the therapist, even though it was the therapist that had asked me to chase the client. So it can really also help detach you from that process in the client's eyes as well. And finally, for this video, the way that a VA can help you get more clients is by systematizing and creating SOPs for your practice. So I would definitely recommend that if you want to hire a VA, that you should have your processes written down. First of all, you should know how your practice runs and how you run it, so that you can train somebody else and make sure that they have the best success when it comes to running the private practice for you as a VA. However, a VA specializes in working with clients on admin, and so they understand systems and systematization and automation and things like that probably better than most therapists. So you want to give them a chance to implement new ways of doing things, because that is probably going to give the client a better experience overall. Although obviously a client comes to you for therapy, and that is the most important relationship and things like that, if everything else is difficult, it's difficult to book with you, it's difficult to pay for invoices, maybe they don't get sent an invoice for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then they get this huge bill, that can be really frustrating for clients. So you want to make sure that there is a process in place for every single thing that the client touches, so that they have a really great and easy experience outside of the therapy room as well. Our job as virtual assistants is to help you do your best work. We can take the stress of running a private practice off you so that you can show up fully for your clients. Therapists, in my opinion, do their best work when they are not feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and burnt out from running their private practice. And that will show to clients as well. Okay, so here's the big bonus. You may think that hiring a virtual assistant is going to cost you money. And yes, of course, you have to pay them. But if your VA could streamline processes, get you paid quicker, get you more clients through the door in terms of making all these processes better and actually converting clients once they send in an inquiry, they will pay for themselves in no time. if you took on a VA and paid them £300 a month, maybe for 10 hours a month, and that would run your total private practice. I have solo practitioners that we work with, and 10 hours a month is plenty of time for us to run their private practice. Then you would only potentially need to get one weekly client to pay for that virtual assistant. So if you were saving hours and hours of time on your admin, you could easily replace those hours with one client, even if you felt like your practice was full, if you wanted to balance the scale of what's coming in and what's going out. So I hope this video has helped you feel confident in how hiring a VA can help you in your business and also help you attract more clients. Just want to reiterate that a VA is an expense in your private practice. Of course it is, but I definitely believe, and I have lots of testimonials to back this up, that actually it was the best thing that a therapist did, even if they were feeling nervous about it, which many of them were when they started working with us. Many therapists come into this relationship really nervous on so many levels, and I'm going to be talking about that over the next few weeks, about the fears that therapists have and how they can be alleviated. Having a VA is an investment into your business, and it has so many more benefits than what we've just talked about in this video. And again, I'm going to be talking about that over the next few weeks on my channel. So if you are considering hiring a VA in the future, then I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to have loads of videos that are really going to be helpful for you over the next few weeks. I'd love to know in the comments what the first task you would give a virtual assistant. What is something that you absolutely dread doing every single day, week or month? I'd love to know what you would love to outsource. And like I said, if you are looking to hire a VA, I have a playlist all about it on my channel, so you can check that out next. But for now, thanks for watching.